All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to explore something pretty profound, that invisible link between our lives right now and the echoes of a past we might not even know. We're going to see how one man's really messy marriage problems end up triggering a trauma that's literally centuries old.
Okay, so the story kicks off with this line: "What are you doing here?" And you can just feel the weight of it, right? This isn't a friendly question, it's an accusation. It's basically saying, you don't belong here anymore. We're thrown right into the deep end of a major confrontation.
So, this is where we meet our main character, Roman. He's showing up at the house he used to share with his wife, Ethel. But you get the sense immediately that this place isn't his home anymore. To Ethel, he's basically an intruder, and believe me, he is about to find out just how unwelcome he really is. So, we're kicking things off right in the thick of it, in the present day. We're about to see a marriage just completely falling apart. A really raw confrontation in a home that's, well, it's fractured.
So let's be clear, Roman isn't coming home to reconcile. No, he's actually been living with his new partner, Nisha. So for him, this is just a quick stop. He's just there to grab his stuff. But for Ethel, his wife, this is a total violation. It's an invasion of her space.
And man, the clash is immediate. Ethel is furious, right? She's startled, she's angry, she wants to change the locks. But Roman, he just digs his heels in, insisting this is still my house. And then, get this, he totally deflects. He finds out she talked to their pastor and accuses her of putting our business out in the street. I mean, you can see right away the trust is just completely shattered.
Okay, that's just the start. Now we're gonna see how things really escalate. We're moving past the surface level fight and diving right into the deep, painful wounds that are really behind this whole breakdown.
And this is just heartbreaking. Ethel pleads, "What did I do that was so wrong that we can't recover? You have a son here." You can just hear the desperation, can't you? She's trying to make sense of it all, trying to understand how it got this bad. She even brings up their son, trying to appeal to the family, to the life they built. This really shows you just how far apart they are. They're in two completely different worlds. You know, she thinks talking to the pastor was the right thing to do. He hears it and feels like she's talking to him like a kid. She pleads, "You have a son here," and he just throws it back in her face, "Leave him out of this, that's your son." Wow. When she asks if they could just talk, he shuts it down completely. "No, I'm done talking." It's a total disconnect.
And then comes the bombshell. For Roman, this whole argument, it's not a negotiation, it's just a formality. He reveals he was actually planning to file for divorce months ago. The only reason he didn't, his mother passed away, and that delayed everything. So in his head, this marriage has been over for a long, long time.
And that's it, no more words. He just grabs his things, turns his back, and leaves. The door literally closes on his marriage. But as that door closes, another one, a much stranger one, is about to open up in his mind.
So here he is, completely wiped out, emotionally drained. He falls asleep in his car. And this is where the story takes a wild, really unsettling turn. We're about to jump to a whole different reality.
He's not Roman anymore. In this dream, he's someone else entirely. He's an enslaved man, a butler on a steamy southern plantation, serving a man called Massa Aiken. He can feel his body aching, and he's just praying for the patience to get through another day.
And what's the very first thing that happens in this dream? You're not going to believe it. Just like in real life, he's immediately confronted about his relationships. Some woman starts in on him about another woman named Sally, who he has 3 kids with. The parallel is just wow, it's so immediate and uncanny.
So let's break this down because the patterns are just screaming at you. He's got kids with a woman named Sally but refuses to marry her. Why? He says it's pointless for a slave. He even complains about her nagging ways. Sound familiar? It's the same complaint he had about Ethel. And just like in his modern life with Nisha, he's already got his eye on someone new, a woman named Tabby. It's the same story, just a different century.
And then, bam, Roman wakes up in his car, totally startled and confused. And honestly, so are we. So, let's put on our detective hats and connect these dots. We need to solve the mystery of this dream. So, what do you think? Was this just some random stress dream? You know, the kind you get after a really bad day? Or is it something more? The story is definitely hinting that this is no accident. There's something much deeper going on here.
So what exactly is the link between Roman, the modern husband, and this enslaved man from his dream? Well, the answer is in the details. It's in the uncanny parallels between their problems, their excuses, and the way they both feel trapped. Okay, look at this. This chart lays it all out. It's like an emotional blueprint connecting the two Romans. In the present, his big complaint is that he feels controlled by Ethel, like a child. In the past, he is literally controlled by his master. The relationship pattern, leaving one family for a new woman, Ethel for Nisha, Sally for Tabby, it's identical. And the justification? He complains about Ethel yelling and Sally's nagging. It's the exact same complaint. At the core of it all is this feeling of powerlessness.
So here's the key takeaway. Roman's feeling of being controlled by his wife is a direct echo of the total powerlessness his dream self experienced. His habit of leaving one family for another, it's a direct repetition of that past pattern. This dream isn't random at all. It's his subconscious trying to make sense of his current problems by filtering them through this deep historical trauma.
Basically, his struggles in his waking life are an echo of a story he's never even consciously known, and that right there is the heart of this whole thing. The past isn't dead. In fact, sometimes it's not even past. It's like an invisible script that we're acting out without even knowing it.
And that leaves us with one last big question to think about. How much of our own lives are shaped by stories we've never been told? What kind of invisible histories or ancestral echoes might be pulling the strings in our own choices, our relationships, and our feelings right here, right now?